Hello everyone, my name is Cameron, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to talk about the channel itself. I haven't done one of these like state of the channel type videos in a bit, and really talked about where I'm at in my feelings towards the channel and stuff like that, which I do these every now and then where I kind of talk about how I'm feeling about the channel and how my mental health is regarding the channel and shit like that. And honestly, I've been doing this since like 2015, 2016-ish, where I've been kind of more consistently uploading, where I've had consistent content, where I've really tried to make this what it is and make it more of like a career sort of. And when I started this, that was never the intention. This was just, at the time, this was like, okay, I want to do a fun hobby for a bit, and that's what this was going to be, where I just did it for a couple months, maybe a couple series were thrown up on here, and then that would be it. And obviously that's been the case because my channel name has changed multiple times. I think when I started doing consistent content, it was still my real name. Then it changed to The Game Station, which was me and a bunch of friends, and then it was only me uploading content, so I stopped, and that was when I really kind of started getting to the consistent uploads where I was really trying to make something out of this. And then about 2015-ish is when I came up with Spaced Out Gaming as the name and kind of really started putting a lot more focus into the channel, and decided that this was going to be something I wanted to do more often and wanted to try to make something out of. And it's been 6-7 years now, and it's insane to say that I've been doing YouTube for this long. Like, it really is. For me, it's crazy to think that I've done so much of this in the amount of time I've done it. I've done upwards of 1,000 videos. I've dedicated a lot of time to this channel, and that's always been something that never showed as much. Like, it never had much to show for it. Like, I wasn't getting a lot of subscribers or views or likes or comments or anything like that. So it was never really something that, for me personally, I thought was going to ever change. I thought it was going to be like that for the entire time I did it, because I heard, obviously after the adpocalypse, give me one second. Let me turn my fan down just slightly. Whatever. Give me a sec, guys. That's better. After the adpocalypse with PewDiePie and everything like that, I never thought it would be anything for me with this channel, because it changed the landscape of YouTube so much. What I had watched growing up was less likely to happen to people nowadays, because it was harder to start being a YouTuber, and the landscape has just continued to change. Now React content is one of the biggest things, and it's the easiest way to get noticed on YouTube, which is depressing and lazy, because React content fucking sucks for the vast majority of it. And so I was kind of like, as I watched it change around me, wasn't sure if I wanted to continue doing this. And when I took my hiatus earlier this year, when I needed to take a break from my mental health, from pretty much everything social media wise, I really kind of thought about the channel a lot in that time, and I thought about where I was at in my life and what I wanted to do with my life and everything like that. And then obviously I lost my job a bit later, and that really put into question if I wanted to keep doing this. But obviously during my break, my mental health break, I did start playing more games. I started streaming, which was really fun. I started streaming more, I should say. I did stream already back in the day, but didn't stream nearly as much as I have been in the last couple months. And it was during those streams, and it was in the last couple months after, as I'm getting close to my 24th birthday, literally 8 more days, and I'm 24 years old. A birthday I never thought I'd see. After attempting to take my own life at 13, thinking I'd never make it past 16, being in situations where I probably shouldn't have made it out of, being in a fire with Jesse in a car that I barely noticed the flash up of orange before the car was completely in a blaze, being completely drunk in Florida, hanging out the side of a side-by-side for the entire time, and for most of that time in very heavy rain, and somehow managing to come back away from that without being in a body bag. And a lot more depression recently in the last year or so, especially in 2020 and last year, because I was uncertain of things and where my life was going to go and everything. To then see my channel start taking off a bit, to see more people jumping in on streams, to then see them say, oh hey, I really like your content, I'm going to subscribe, and seeing views pop up. This is arguably the best year I've had while doing YouTube since I started. Which is really weird to say, considering there's old videos of mine on this channel that are like 1,000+ views somehow. Amazingly, I don't know how. I really fucking don't, but somehow there's like 1,000 something views on some of my old videos. And that's so crazy to me to see that I randomly have people subscribing and liking the videos and watching the videos and stuff like that now, and seeing regular amounts of views coming in on videos. Because when I started this 6 years ago or so as a pipe dream, as something to just kind of do, I did not think I'd be to this point and be starting to see something happen on this channel, and I'm so fucking grateful that it is, because it shows that this isn't just something I've been trying to do. It shows that this is actually starting to be productive for me, and I'm not just putting work into content that I'm then seeing no return on. I'm trying not to get emotional, but this is it's hard to see this. Like it's one of those things. I may not be as big as like Markiplier or Jacksepticeye or PewDiePie, because I know there's videos of them like when they get to like 1 million subs or whatever, like when they see their big numbers come in, they're getting really emotional about it. But like, to see my channel start growing in the past couple years, especially in the years when I've been thinking of quitting, it's been insane, because it's shown me that it's not easy to make it on YouTube anymore, but it's still possible. And who knows, this may not be a good idea anymore, because YouTube does look like it's kind of destroying itself, which isn't good. It's a very bad thing that it looks like YouTube is starting to destroy itself. But as somebody who started this as kind of a pipe dream, to see where I'm starting to get channel-wise is starting to make me very happy. It's one of the best things I've seen come out of this year for me. I've had a lot of shit happen. I've had a lot of bad. I've had some good. But this has been one of the best. To see my channel starting to pick up a bit more steam, more views, more subscribers, more people jumping in on streams, which if you don't check the streams out, I highly suggest it. They're fucking hilarious 90% of the time, because a lot of the time it's just me raging at the game, which doesn't make it into a lot of the videos anymore, because I've toned down how angry I've gotten. I've toned down my anger issues a bit, but sometimes in stream that still happens. Looking at you, Call of Duty, Black Ops 3 on realistic difficulty. Looking at you. And obviously, there's been a lot of issues with some series. Like, I haven't enjoyed doing them, and I've stopped them, or they've gone on hiatus, or ended prematurely. And that happens. That happens with YouTube, unfortunately. Sometimes things don't work out the way you want them to, and they're not as enjoyable. And sometimes that does happen, unfortunately. And I've luckily had less issue with that recently. And granted, I know My Rise still doesn't come back, but I don't think I'm going to continue that one. At least I hadn't wanted to continue it. Like, it's been a thing of I don't have the motivation to record WWE 2K22 My Rise. It hasn't been there. And that's kind of, when you have that issue happening, you kind of have to be like, okay, well, so be it. You know, if you have no motivation, you have no motivation. And I don't want to make content that I don't enjoy making, because then you guys won't enjoy watching it. But from the bottom of my heart, to everyone, new subscribers and old, thank you so much for coming and checking out my channel and subscribing, jumping in on streams, watching them, commenting, talking throughout the live chat. I do tend to read the entirety of the live chat, by the way. I do try to like read everything and respond to questions and things like that when I get them. But thank you. I cannot thank you guys enough. It shows to this 24-year-old, almost 24-year-old from Michigan, that this may actually be worth it. So, thank you guys. Stay golden. Peace.